Welcome to Hollywood Deli. I'm your host, Blue. Sister Wives episode 4 was so fun to watch. Let's just get into it. I took some notes this time, y'all. I really was into it. So it started off in Salt Lake. Christine was with the babies. And of course, they were, McKelty was giving graphic details about her body, which was disgusting. And even her husband looked back at her like, bitch, don't tell that stuff. She was describing how her stomach became a mudslide after the babies were born, and how when she would try to feed the baby, the belly would just like trickle to the side. It was gross. McCarthy, just like your dad, don't know when to be quiet. Welcome, my co-host, my daughter. She's in the background. I'm sorry, my kids won't go to sleep. Anywho, let's keep going. Of course, they bring up how Robin's weird ass was laying in the closet and helping out with the baby. She slept in the closet to be closed. And Janelle said that she was grateful that Robyn came to help with the babies, and they reminisced about how when Logan was born, because Janelle had the first baby, and Christine was new to the family, and she helped with Logan, and she really appreciated that and how she got to sleep, and that she's hoping that they all can co-parent peacefully in the future. And then, of course, Robyn comes into the room, and Christine's being extra nice and actually conversed and looked at Robyn, was talking to her. And honestly, I at that moment I started to feel like Robyn's not as bad as a person as she is, but then I had to come to my senses and remember that this woman has destroyed a whole family and that she's greedy. Of course, they bragged about how great Robyn was, Tony and McKelty, helping with the baby. I guess the baby was having some issues pooping, and they were making Christine feel awkward about it. And you can see it all over Christine's face. She didn't want to hear that Robyn did a good job. Once again, Christine tried to sell to us that she was happy that Robyn's in a good relationship with McKelty in her confessional. Robyn then talks about having to leave the babies and how it was such a great experience with the babies and how she had such a sweet moment with them. And Cody said that he's hoping that the twins can bridge the gap between some of him and his children, and that he's hoping that, because everyone's going to want to go see the babies, that they will cross paths and have some dialogue. And that's wishful thinking, but they're gonna be nice to you in that moment, but they're not gonna want to talk about you when they're coming to see them babies. They're gonna want to talk about them babies. So anyway, let's move on. So before the commercial break happened, Meri talked about how Robyn invited her to Thanksgiving, and she said, "Hell no, that's weird." And she talked about how she said that Cody has been saying around town that it makes him feel awkward having her in the house, and that he can't be with Robyn. And Meri said finally said that I don't want to be the third wheel, and they can act like a couple without me, and that's fine. So it came back from the commercial, and it talks about you know all the families and how they are having Thanksgiving. And Robyn is home with her and Cody and their children. And for Meri, her plans fell through, and Robyn was all acting like she was like so surprised that Meri's plans fell through, and that she was still in town and she could have just came over. And it's like, Robyn, Meri doesn't want to come. She doesn't want to come. And then Meri was like, I don't want to be around them. And finally, Meri said she's not a member of the family, and she realizes, that she's gonna be having to do her own thing. So Janelle hears about, you know, uh, well, not Janelle. We'll get to Janelle. And so Janelle is having Thanksgiving with Peyton, which is Christine's son, and she said it's not even awkward because he's just like one of the boys, and how he refers to her as a mom. And Robyn's cuts back to Robyn, and Robyn's complaining about missing the big family. And what really she wanted to say is that she misses she misses the opportunity of being the head wife and having the big Thanksgivings at her house and everybody on her domain. Cody, of course, is complaining about how quiet it is now that there's not the big family, and that it's safe because they're all safe around each other, and that everyone was safe with him, but they weren't safe with each other when it was the big family. And I could see that with all the family dynamics. So Janelle hears that Meri is by herself, and rather inviting Meri over, what does she do? She just says she hopes that she finds something to do. What a jerk. Like, I'm sorry, Christine and Janelle are mean girls through and through. They just, when you cross them, you lost them. You can never, be their friend again. And they're just mean, in my opinion. And they spill that kind of toxicity, in my opinion, onto their kids. That grudge holding, and that's what's happening. That's a common theme in his family. Moving on. Of course, Cody said that he wants the other children in his life, and he doesn't know how to do it. It's like, fucking call him, Cody. That's how you do it. Robyn realizes that her Thanksgiving is boring and now she misses everybody and wishes that everybody was together. So before the commercial break, you get to see Robyn and Cody setting up a PR stunt to clear Robyn's name. And they just they're really trying, in my opinion, this season to clean up Robyn's bad reputation. And how are they going to do it? Through the audience. They're trying to woo the audience and make them feel sorry for Robyn and see that Robyn is a good person. This is just my opinion. So I realize now, once the commercial comes back, Meri says she was sick and that she was home alone. And Meri said that she was not going to spend Thanksgiving with Cody and Robyn again. And she knew back in April that she had made the decision to, cut ties with them. Christine said that she heard Meri was no longer with Cody and that it's like, girl, we know you're getting your information from Leon. Leon is telling the business because who does Meri talk to that talks to Christine other than Leon? Come on. So that they put the text header in and said that Cody and Robyn had a heated exchange and that before his cameras came and that he drove off, and so they were sitting there acting like he was coming back from being heated and mad at Robyn. They couldn't even fake it well. Like, it was really obvious that this was staged. And that he said they're arguing, and they said that the biggest rift, this is according to Cody, the biggest rift in the family is because of these kids. Well, he referred to them as these people, his children and his ex-wife, and that they wouldn't have these issues if it wasn't for them. And this definitely feels staged, the argument between Robyn and Cody, and he's pretending that he came back from wherever. And I'm sorry, this is just PR, and I can't believe that I even try to trust them. We can't trust them. So Cody is complaining about his kids and saying that he was rejected at the wedding, and that at the wedding is when he found out that Maddie was actually pregnant. And even though hasn't spoken to her in 3 years, and that it's not his fault because she moved to another coast. So he said he doesn't have a relationship with Maddie because she moved to a different coast. And I can see that point of view, but still no excuse. There's too much technology, FaceTime, y'all, and plus your wife is big on having FaceTime meetings when it's at her convenience, but you can't do it. She couldn't help you navigate that technology if that's not your thing, because she was big on during the Christmas exchange. Y'all remember she wanted to have them FaceTime, so she could do it. So why couldn't you? Anywho, he also then complained that Maddie is the one who he would speak to and would spread gossip amongst the family. Now, Janelle didn't deny that Maddie was gossiping, but she said that Cody is just as big as a gossip, and that he could just talk bad about, and that he would just talk bad about Christine and Meri to her and talk about how they were so difficult. So Robyn goes on and tells her experience about her dad and how he wasn't there for her and that he was absentee and that he would give her just a bunch of excuses as to why he wasn't there. And this is funny coming from her because this is the same woman that took her three adult children, but at the time were young children, and moved them on a completely different side of different state with some strange man, and then forced the father to sign over his rights, making it difficult for him, and had them adopted by Cody. And this is the woman who talks about that experience, but is trying to bring it up as a way to make the audience feel sympathy for her and also try to make it seem like she is understanding of how the children feel when you don't even understand how your own children feel because you just whisk them away from their father. But I digress. Let me calm down. So anyway, Cody says he will not sit and listen to the other children blame, him for the relationships with the mothers, and he's essentially saying that He'll sit down with anyone, but they can't be coming at him with contempt or blaming him. So he'll talk to you if you have nothing to say about him or Robyn and their relationship or etc. He says the only thing he was wrong for in regards to the other wives in his relationship with his children was that he was not madly in love with their mothers. That's the only thing that he did wrong, and he tried blaming that to be the reason. And then he goes on to say that they were not just blaming him for everything, but also blaming Robyn. He was clumping her into it. So now we know who that mysterious person was that was telling Robyn that the family hated her. It was Cody. And so if she's hearing that the family hates her through Cody, she's going to believe it because he has closer relationships with these people than she does. And so she needs to peep that. She really needs to see like he's manipulating you. And he also tried to use her past against her and try to say, don't, just because you had that experience with your dad, don't put me into that situation. But it's like, no, girl, you need to pay attention to that. He is mimicking things that you've seen before and that you need to be aware of for your own children. Christine then goes on and talks about her date with Dave, which I'm not interested in, so I don't even care. Then it cuts to Janelle saying she's not even interested in dating because of how much drama she's had with Cody and referred to him as difficult. She goes on to say that she can now go to bed when she wants to and she don't have to be bothered with all the drama of a man. Christine then told us that, you know, at the second date, she told David about her bonus children and her history with polygamy. Robyn is still pushing for Cody to reconcile with the family and told Cody that he needs to try to repair his relationships with his kids. Robyn goes on to start crying and tell Cody to do more. Um, he said he's tried with Gabriel and Hunter, rejected him, and told him that pretty much, he's an asshole. Cody says if he has to have a relationship with them then he doesn't want to be blamed and that they should blame their mothers. Cody admits that he did give up on the family and that they can have a conversation with him, but they can't bring emotion into it. And AKA, they can't have contempt for him. Is that what he's saying? He kept saying contempt. And then, damn, Robyn said he needs to go and pray and, talk to God about it. And then he talks about how he lost his religion. And then he goes and tries to manipulate Robyn and uses her past against her because she's lost respect for him. Cody thinks that the kids are colluding against him, and Robyn said it's because they were hurt and they were drug into the divorces and her things. Once again, her taking a shot at the sister wives. And they have done that, some of them. Excuse me. Robyn had me until she grabbed the face of Cody and really laid it on right before the commercial. Meri said that this is all before the commercial, said that she no longer is married to Cody and that she texted him and he didn't respond. It's like, girl, he cut you off. Like, after you had that conversation on the bench, he blocked you. It cuts to Cody saying that my prayer is to save me and Robyn. It seems like it's implying that save me and Robyn from Meri because she just keeps bothering him with the text messages and communication that he don't want. So then Cody tells Robyn to give him some space without losing respect for him. He thinks that he's being punished for a crime that he didn't commit. Cody thinks that he did not do anything wrong, but not loving the moms, and then admits that trying to kick out the boys and not showing for Isabel's surgery has done a lot of damage, but he doesn't know how to fix it. Apologize. Okay? That's it. Apologize for what you did. Cody thinks his random text messages when he's having a good time that the kids are supposed to answer, and if they don't, he feels like that's their loss or whatever. And he said he doesn't want to try and said that the kids are triggering him. What a victim. He's saying that his kids are triggering him and that he'll be triggered if they start coming to him with contempt or aka expressing how they feel about him. Robyn then tells Cody to do better with his kids, and that she wants him to fix it. And then he admits that he's not been trying to fix it. Robyn then said that he's not trying, that he I'm sorry that he says no, I'm sorry, let me back up. Robyn then tells him that him not trying does a lot of damage. And he said he's not trying to damage the kids. He said that his kids have been responding to him and calling when he tries to reach out, calling him an asshole, and that he's manipulated them and brainwashed them. And now he doesn't want nothing to do with them because he knows that the jig is up. He can't manipulate them. He can't badmouth their moms and blame the moms and them believe him. So then Robyn said that she needs him to try harder. Robyn said that he doesn't grasp the understanding of how important he is to his children. And it's like, Robyn, now you understand how important he is to his children? Oh, after the shit hit the fan and it blew up in your face and you saw how bad this looked, now you want to clean it up after you done did all this damage and took all the resources, and now you want to clean things up. So I do believe that she does want Janelle back. She always want Meri because Meri is manipulated by her. So she definitely wants Meri back. And I believe that she does want to try to sever some of the relationships that she damaged. And she even said to Cody to stay out of her relationships with the kids because he says, well, Robyn, I'm not going to sit there and listen to them badmouth you. And she's like, it's because they were told these things. And it's like, no, Robyn, it's because you did these things. They know what you did. They're old enough to see what you're doing. They see the manipulation and it's the toxic games you like to play. And so she told him to, have them come to her. And it's like, stay out of her relationships with them. Right. You focus on your relationships with them. And I can focus on mine. And I'll manipulate your kids as best I can. Is that what Robyn is saying? But at first the episode, not the episode. At first the episode was not the best. It was not fun to watch, but it started getting better, and I'm looking forward to episode 5 because I'm invested now and I gotta stay with it. But what do you guys think? Did Robyn win you over? Did Robyn's PR stunt work? It almost got me. I ain't gonna lie, she almost got me. She almost had me. But then I had to come to my senses. Anyway, make sure you like, subscribe. Make sure you leave 5-star rating, and y'all have a good night.